and give me 20. This might get awkward with Doc J and Coach C. Welcome to the gym round 2 where the treadmill shake when they stomp on through. Speakerphone Tina yelling loud and clear, and somebody's hogging all the weights in here. Flirts and parts in the cardio zone. Lockers getting checked, that ain't your own. Pre-workouts spilled all over the place, and attitude waiting at the front desk face. Episode 16, it's awkward, yeah, awkward. The gym round 2 tonight.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
In Dreamland.
In Thunderland.
In Thunderland, seriously. Tornado Land.
Tornado Land in Chicagoland area tonight. Can you hear it?
Right. Just rumbling. Kind of like those weights hitting the gym floor.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Or some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight. But Doc J, what do we have on Doc tonight? Pun intended.
We are doing the gym round 2.
Oh, yeah.
The weird,
gym
the wild,
2.
and the unwashed.
Yes. The first time around, we talked about the generals of the gym and things that annoy us and smelly people and all kinds of fun stuff. Tonight, we're going to talk about more of the weird shit that goes on at the gym.
Weird. So weird.
All the crazy. We have some listener stories from people that sent in stories, so thank you.
Yes.
Everybody who sent in a story to us.
Yes.
We've got probably more than we can handle for this episode, but we'll try and incorporate some of them in.
Well, we can always have the gym part 3.
Part 3. Is that 3 in French? Yes. Okay. I don't know French. I know enough Spanish to get by. No Italian, no French. I just know baguettes.
French
fry? Oui. French fry.
French fries. It's actually
good evening, Jennifer. Holy weather.
But anyway, we're not talking about Francais tonight.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah. So
let's talk about the gym.
Let's talk about the gym. You got any? I got some listener stories. I think you have some. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you have?
Okay, so I've got a couple things. One, I've got a personal story. I went to the gym, back to my gym for the first time since had a little health episode about a month ago from yesterday, and went back to the gym. And it's kind of funny when everybody coming up to you saying, hey, it's good to see you, giving you hugs, giving you handshakes, is over the age of 82. It's not the younger people. It's not the younger folks. It's not the other people because they just are oblivious. It's the older folks that are coming in going, hey, I'm so glad you're here, which is interesting because before everything, I thought the same thing every time I'd see them in the gym because, some of them are upper 80s and stuff like that. And you'd see them and be like, Jerry, it's so good to see you. And you just hope every day you see that person. Mm-hmm. I didn't ever expect it to be that person that they were glad to see. So pretty freaking cool.
Really? Yeah.
But aside from a personal note, I do have a listener story. I'm sure everybody, if you've been to the gym, if you've ever been on a treadmill or cardio machines, you've probably been next to that person that puts the treadmill on 15 or however high the speed goes, as well as an incline, and then they tend to stomp like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, right? So I've got a listener story of somebody that wrote in and said, every morning around 6 a.m., there's a guy who gets on the treadmill directly behind me. He cranks the incline up to what has to be Mount Everest level and starts walking. The problem is, it's not the incline. The problem is that every step sounds like he's trying to put his foot through the floor. The entire row of treadmills shakes. The water bottle literally vibrates. One morning, a woman 2 treadmills away took her earbuds out because she thought that something was wrong with the machine. And lo and behold, nope. This guy was just walking like he's trying to stomp out a kitchen fire. The craziest part about it, though, he's only going about 2.5 miles an hour.
What?
And it sounds like a stampede, but he's barely moving. So how in the hell does that happen?
How?
Has anybody experienced anything like that out there where you just, stomp away? Because apparently this listener who wrote in has experienced it several times.
Okay, all right.
I can tell you, I'm always the person that's afraid to do that because I know I've got a somewhat of a heavy step sometimes when I'm walking, depending on the shoes or if I wear my moon boots on the treadmill. But
I'd like a picture of that one.
I bet you would, Jay. But yeah, I've always been afraid to be that person myself. So it's kind of funny that somebody has no brain in sight to know that they're Godzilla on a treadmill.
Wow. Yeah,
I know, right?
I'm not sure that I have experienced that per se, but I can imagine
Okay.
it. There are studies that have been done, though, that people work out harder when people are watching or they perceive people are watching them, which explains maybe why they're like,
Yeah. It's the show off effect, right?
It's the show off effect. Like,
Everybody's
all of a
watching me.
sudden, they're Olympians.
Yeah. Yes, I can totally see that. But that's one of my stories that I got from a listener and one that I've personally experienced. Doc J, why don't you handle our next topic?
We have another listener story that I just wanted to throw in here because it made me laugh, like spit my water out laugh. So this one is that they went to work out and their gym crush was there. Now, I know we talked about in the past, like people develop gym crushes. And, you know, obviously this person looked, there was no wedding ring. They were always making eye contact together. So this guy, it's not Victor Venmo, but this guy decided to try talking multiple times, but the opportunity just didn't work out, maybe because they were stomping on the treadmill. I don't know. But he saw her on the treadmill and decided, I'm going to take my shot.
Okay.
So got on the treadmill next to her and fired off a compliment. And this is what he said. Check your Apple Watch, sweetie. Did your heart rate go up when I came over here? Oh, what?
Wow.
Nothing. No reaction from the girl. Nothing. Not even a smile. Then he realized she has headphones on. So this guy says it again, louder this time. Still nothing. Still nothing. Finally, okay, this is a little bold. Finally, he reaches over and pulls one of the earbuds out of her ear and repeats himself for the third time. So to make a long story short, she did not know how to make take that compliment.
Interesting.
And turns out to be one of the rudest, nastiest people that they've ever come across. And honestly, not even that cute up close in that lighting. So the lesson to their story, they said, is most people aren't worth your time and attention. Just work out. Just worry about yourself.
Just get it done.
I'm not sure how I would feel if somebody just like ripped my AirPod out of my ear while I was on the treadmill. But, you know, to each its own.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I guess, you know, out there, who those are you that are listening, how do you feel about, we should talk about storms. We're going to avoid that. How do you feel about somebody coming up and giving you a cheesy ass pickup line while you're just trying to focus and work out, you know, maybe just get away from the day? I know for me, I listen to the story. It makes me cringe a bit, because I've never done that. I can only imagine, like, when people are in the gym, most people want to work out. Yes, you have your social clans and you can kind of see the pockets of them. But if I'm on the treadmill, I'm focusing and I'm just watching a show, I don't want to be bothered. Mm-hmm. Like, leave me alone. And just for somebody to come up and be like, you know, make a cheesy ass comment about the treadmill and their heart dropping and everything else, I can kind of understand why she wouldn't respond to that. Not to mention the fact, like you said, taking the earbud out. One, don't touch my possessions. Two, if it's on my person, unless I want it, I'm like, yeah, come on, touch this ear. Don't touch my shit.
It's like, don't touch my face. Don't touch my face.
Yeah, it's off limits, you know?
Again, like, I get it. Way to put yourself out there, boy, but maybe a little smoother, like by the water fountain or in the parking lot. Well, actually, that could be a whole nother mess of a story. But did you know that fake casual flexing, and maybe people do this to, like, you know, get people to check them out. Are you demonstrating for us?
Yes.
Most gym injuries happen from fake casual flexing.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Now I want to know, is it like pushing too hard, flexing too hard? You've never flexed before. you're pulling something, like you shit your pants. Like, what's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is the deal?
right. I mean, yeah,
I've never heard of that
casual
before.
flexing. So next time you see,
Oh,
you know, someone fall off the treadmill, or you know, they drop
hmm,
a weight on their foot, it could have been because they were like, "Ugh." I mean, that's a
interesting.
real effective look, right?
That was,
But
yeah, that's Godzilla on a treadmill.
yeah, that's just something
Okay.
that I learned about. Just
That's
wanted to share that.
That's very interesting. See, I've never seen somebody flex on a treadmill. I've seen people flex in the gym. Mostly it's like teenagers, maybe college age kids that are,
Yeah,
really proud of their bodies and they're in there just flexing and showing
yeah.
their, pulling up their shirt every 5 seconds to show their abs. Um, you know, I usually do that same thing, but I'm just showing the pregnancy. I'm like, here you go, take a look.
Oh my god,
But like on a treadmill, that's just kind of weird. But
it's kind of weird.
anywho,
Anyhow, we digress from the treadmill. But did you
right?
know that it's the most hated piece of exercise equipment in a gym, yet almost like, you know, 1 out of every 5 people owns a treadmill in their home, but it's a clothes holder. I
Oh,
thought that was
100%.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. When COVID hit, I bought a treadmill and bought a nice one off of, I think it was Facebook Marketplace. The guy delivered it, even put it together for me.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm going to use it every day. I'm going to do this. And I tried to use it, but I swear it was a trigger for my dogs. So every time I hop on the treadmill, as soon as I press start, the dog would be knocking on the back door to go out. Yeah. So I go, let him out and stuff. I go on there, walk maybe a minute or whatever the case would be, then knock him to come back in. And I'm like, okay. So needless to say, long story short, I stopped using the treadmill. It wasn't a clothes hanger, but it definitely collected a ton of dust and it sat in the corner until I sold it to somebody else off of Facebook Marketplace because I just couldn't do it at home.
Circle of life.
Right.
Which is Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Kind of weird, huh?
People don't use them. So I know we have
True
another
story.
story about speakerphone from call her Terrific Tina.
Yeah.
Terrific Tina.
Tina and the speakerphone divorce court, right?
Uh-oh.
We've all been on there where you've been on that treadmill, you've been on that cardio equipment, or whatever the case, even if you're working out, you have that person that just either seemingly doesn't own headphones, doesn't understand phone etiquette, and is just having a conversation at the top of their lungs on whatever device they're on, not caring about anything. So the story that we've got from this listener is there was a woman who spent 47 minutes, 47 straight minutes on the treadmill, walking at a slow pace, arguing with her sister while she was just walking at the speed of melting butter. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's the worst part. Everybody in the gym learned that her cousin stole her wedding money. So a little bit of family drama. Somebody named Randy can't be trusted around tequila anymore. Like he should really go to AA. Talked about her HOA drama. And apparently her cat has anxiety and is going to see a therapist.
Oh, well, good. I'm
didn't
glad.
even know. I mean, meow,
Yeah.
the therapist. So at one point, the entire stretch of the area, this listener says, froze because Tina shouted about her ex. That man hasn't paid child support since 2019, which is something you definitely want to air when you're in front of, random strangers. Whoa. I don't know if she was expecting that, maybe somebody would come up and be like, oh, here, let me give you $1,000. Or, hey, let me know what I can do to help. But I can tell you from the story, nobody knew where to look. Super awkward moment. And the worst part is Tina didn't even realize that people were looking at her like, what is wrong with you? Why would you sit there on the treadmill doing that? Right?
Humanity is thriving.
Well, has anybody else experienced that where you've gotten on the treadmill and I know we've been on the treadmill or the whatever type of equipment and somebody's singing at the top of their lungs and they have their headphones in, but have you been next to that person that has everything unhooked and it's just okay having the worst public conversation ever in front of random strangers? I don't know. I've experienced it myself. being on the treadmill and being actually surrounded on both sides
Whoa.
with two different people
Okay.
talking on their speakerphone. Interestingly enough, on the left side of me, if I remember correctly, was a gentleman from Russia.
Oh.
Or somewhere in European. On the right side of me was somebody that was that spoke more Spanish. Literally having two separate conversations, top of their lungs, to their friend on speaker. And really, I was only upset because I didn't understand either language and I couldn't tell what the heck they were talking about.
And your Google translator couldn't keep up.
Yeah, I'm like, Victor, hang on one sec. Can you speak into the phone? And he's like, I'm on my own phone. What am I doing? Yeah, I couldn't get the translator to work fast enough. Apparently, Google Translate can't do two languages at once. Otherwise, it mashes it up. You have one Russian word, you have one Spanish word, and you're just, it's just all jumbled. So,
wow.
Yeah,
that's that etiquette, though. Like, I mean, why are we talking? Like, I get it, multitasking, taking care of working out and all your personal business at the same time, but it's a public place. Come on.
Right. Like, know your audience, right?
No.
Know what's going to annoy people. It's like people that listen to music at the top of their lungs on their phones too.
Yeah.
I mean, at least ask people like, hey, what's everybody's style of music? What would you like me to put on Spotify? And then at least play a pleasing playlist, as opposed to just random crap that you think is cool, of Baby Shark on repeat 3,000 times.
No.
So.
No.
Yes, and you're right, Mike. There is no signs in clubs regarding etiquette. That's not one of the questions they ask when you're signing up for a membership, unfortunately. You're not telling me about your etiquette or if you've been, educated by Miss Pettigrew as far as how you should really act in a gym.
Yeah. Well, researchers have found that music can improve workout performance by up to 15%. Unless your gym is playing acoustic ukulele covers of rap songs.
That sounds amazing.
Those don't work. But yeah, so I mean, I guess it's a lot of music to improve workouts. No, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I use music to enhance my workout.
I would rather
also
listen to my own.
Basically, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is I listen to my own music on there, but I also put the headphones in and listen to it. It's kind of my go F off. Yeah. I'm on the treadmill. Please don't take my headphone out of my ear.
Yeah.
Unless you fancy earwax and you're going to sell it on eBay.
Ew. No. Ear fetish. Okay.
It's a whole nother podcast.
Fetishes. All right. So we have another listener story.
Ooh.
The sweat crime scene.
Oh, sounds disgusting already.
It does. It's gross. So this person, we'll say Tommy, walked over to use an incline bench that had just been vacated. Cool, Tommy. When they got there, it looked like somebody had outlined an entire human body in sweat. Oh,
ooh, cool.
That's disgusting. You could see where the head had been, where the shoulders were, and where the back rested. It honestly looked like a forensic diagram from a crime show. Oh, did you tape it out? So the guy stood up, looked directly at the bench, grabbed his water bottle, and walked away. No wipe down, no hesitation, nothing. And the worst part was that there were disinfected wipes, nearly right next to that bank of benches. Yeah. Has anyone ever encountered the crime scene?
I've encountered it before. I've actually gone and followed somebody, tapped them on the shoulder. Needless to say, they had a little pool on their shoulder. I was like, gross. But I told them, hey, are you going to clean that? And they just looked at me like it was the strangest thing I ever said. I'm like, you just left it like you just got out of the pool. Like you literally laid down. There's every last bit of sweat. I can still see the sweat marks of your ass cheeks on the bench. Can you please go clean that? That's freaking disgusting. And the person actually went back and cleaned it begrudgingly, grunting, groaning, just looking at me like, give me the stink eye, but I'm just like, hey, dude, like I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what you have in your sweat. Maybe you have Ebola or some kind of virus that hasn't even been discovered. I don't want to lay in that.
No.
Not to mention, I don't want to slip off the bench and kill myself.
It's pretty gross. It's gross.
Extremely gross.
And that's one thing that's always felt really gross to me about gyms. One thing, not all of them, but like people don't, even though most gyms, not all, but most gyms have a way for you to clean, whether it's a spray bottle and like some paper towels or actual disinfectant wipes. I'm leery of the places that have actual towels. Like, do you wash those? I hope so.
No.
But the average person actually wipes down equipment for like 0.7 seconds.
Yeah, it's up. I'm done.
Which is basically just spreading the sweat evenly around. That's really good.
The best is when you see somebody cleaning like that, and as they're doing it, they're kind of looking around to see if anybody's watching, so they can say they cleaned it, so nobody can come up to them and be like, "Hey, Doc J, you didn't clean that machine." They're just like, "Okay, I'm done," and then they like run like hell.
Or the people that like take a selfie of themselves cleaning to be like, "Oh, I just finished this hot workout."
Yeah, yeah, cleaning. # clean. Yeah, very, very, very strange.
Okay, that's these are kind of gross. Yeah. All right.
They're very gross.
Very gross.
I'm going to go along, Dr. J. I'm going to go with one of your themes. You just mentioned something about videotaping cleaning.
Oh, okay.
Has anybody noticed a trend in the gym? And we've got a story from another listener, but a trend in the gym of just a freaking influencers setting up equipment and recording their every workout. Not talking, but just literally them just, just working out, doing curls, like proper form, and they're not even trying to help. They're not saying anything. All they're doing is just, sweating the oldies and just like, I'm working out. Have you noticed a trend with that? Because the story that I've got is, so we'll call this person Mike, and it's not the Mike that's on here right now. So don't worry, Mike, it's not you. Shh. A guy started bringing a tripod in the free weight area a few months ago. At first, nobody cared. Nobody kind of batted an eye because it's just become kind of the trend, right? Because people record their lifts and stuff like that all the time. They want to put it on their channel. And if you're not disrupting anybody, I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
But then things got weird, is what they said. You'd set up the tripod in the busiest walkway possible, spend more time reviewing footage than actually lifting. And one day, they mentioned that they watched him redo the same set of curls 4 times. 4 times. Because he didn't like the camera angle. How crazy is that?
What?
The funniest part happened, though, when somebody accidentally walked through the background of his video. He threw a fit, threw his hands up, I guess, in frustration, like somebody had interrupted a movie production. I was like, hey, what the, expletive there. Meanwhile, the person who walked through was just trying to get back to the dumbbell rack.
Oh, my God.
Now, I don't know the laws on filming. I don't know, if you should get people's, okay to use their likeness or whatever the case is in a video.
Yeah.
But I know that I've experienced it. I actually had a guy at my gym and several other gyms who got kicked out because they warned him about recording. Because people had come up to the front desk and said, hey, there's this guy that won't stop recording. I'm in the background of it. I don't give my permission. I don't give my consent to do this. Can you stop it? And they went up to this guy and said, hey, Mike, do us a favor. You need to stop. You need to stop recording. Not allowed in our gym. We have it up clearly. And they did. The worst part is they did have signs in the gym that say no recording, no photos, no pictures. And they've got a ton of the signs in the bathroom as well, because people have, take selfies in the bathroom or do it, whatever. But they put up all these signs. And he raised such a stink in the middle of the gym floor to the people that worked at the front desk that they ended up actually kicking him out. Come to find out, he'd actually been kicked out of 3 other gyms in the area.
What?
Yeah, for doing the same thing.
Like, is his picture on a wall? Like when people used to write bad checks.
Right? Bad checks. Filming, videos that aren't appropriate, whatever the case might be. But yeah, he had literally been kicked out after that gym of 4 gyms for doing the same damn thing. And he'd been warned several times. And finally, it just took, the right people to complain. But I'll never understand that. Like, I don't want anybody filming me to work out because then I would just watch it and be like, God, I look like a tool. Or I'm doing that wrong, or I don't like it, I don't want to watch, or look at, I don't know. There's something I just don't I get posting it if you're a fitness trainer and you're doing an actual workout, but get a studio.
Yeah.
Rent the studio. Don't have public people around in your video.
Yeah.
Just freaking strange, right?
That is, must make their family proud. Like most gyms.
Right?
Go to.
Yeah. We've got you a t-shirt. You're the most kicked out guy. Nice job.
Yeah, I haven't witnessed that. I mean, I think I said on our last gym episode, I haven't really been to a physical gym in a while, but that would strike me as very odd if somebody just set up a tripod and started recording. But weirder things have happened.
It happens more often than you know.
One thing that always, I think what keeps me away from the gym is people like this story that a listener submitted, Stary McStarerson. The starers, the people who it's not even like it's just they glance, they're just like staring, and you're like, what? Why? Stop looking at me, And so
stop looking at me, Swan.
Stop looking at me, Swan. So this listener said, I don't know if this guy at the gym realizes he's doing it, but he watches everybody. Not a quick glance, not people watching, just full on staring. Like he'll stand there and just watch everybody. Like we're all on our equipment, whatever, lifting weights. And he's just standing there staring. Like, that sounds a little serial killer to me.
Very serial. Very, very, very.
Which I don't like. You look
you don't like serial killers? Come on.
No.
Live a little bit. Live on the edge.
So they look up from their workout. There he is looking directly at you. Then you'll move to another machine. 20 minutes later, he's still somehow looking in your direction. And I've seen this is what the person's saying. I've seen multiple people adjust their position just because they felt uncomfortable. And the weirdest part is that the person never says anything, just observes what's happening in the gym. Like he's conducting a very important investigation. And I mean, thank you, listener, for submitting this, whoever you may be. However, how do you see that this person's staring all the time if you're not watching everybody too? That just came to my mind. But yeah, that's something that I think happens at the gym more than not, where you just get the creepy feels off of some people, and it makes you not wanna go. I don't. That's just me.
No, I agree. I actually. Before the health incident, I was at the gym, and I actually witnessed it live, where there was a guy who was. And there's a lot of high school, a lot of college kids that go to the gym, and men and women. But notice this guy. And there's a guy in our gym he's pretty, he's pretty intense, pretty intimidating. He's from I think Ukraine, but he's a big dude, and he wears those foot shoes around that look like your feet, and he just. Always looks tough, always looks like he just wants to eat somebody. But there was a guy that was actually staring up, basically just standing in different places, different angles and stuff, just staring at some of the girls that were in the gym. This guy, we'll just call him Bill, went up to this guy and basically he grabbed him by the arm and he goes, "What the fuck? Do you have a problem?
Oh,
you pervert." And just started publicly berating him top of the lungs to where everybody in the gym just kind of turned around. Even the people on the cardio equipment stopped doing the cardio. They're just looking back. And they're like, "You pervert," staring at the girls and whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's like, "Get the F out of here. I don't want to see you back here again." And he took him by the arm and actually escorted him up to the front desk and basically was like, you're lucky I don't call the cops on you. And threw him right through the door. The gym folks, the folks who were at the front desk, had to go and break into his locker, get his stuff out, and basically canceled his membership right on the spot.
Good.
So you want to talk about creepy? Ooh.
That makes me not want to go to the gym that I pay for.
Right.
Oh, Gosh.
Yeah.
If anyone else has experienced that, throw it in the chat. We'll talk about it a little bit later in the show. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I know. Crazy, right?
it is crazy. But speaking of that, 67% of gym memberships go unused or underused, which I'm in that percentage.
There's a lot of people out there in that.
Millions of people are financially supporting gyms just by thinking about going. Now, I just want to know, like, if that's how gyms are surviving, how are mattress stores surviving? That's just a random thought for today.
Well, and they keep on opening more and more mattress stores everywhere. It's like, how many people, I get like everybody sleeps, but like
Everybody sleeps.
How many mattresses does one house need, right? Just keep piling them on top of each other. Just one more mattress. But anywho.
Yeah.
I've got a story from a listener.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever heard of or seen or witnessed the mythical creature, the weight collector? You know, the person that just collects every every plate in the freaking gym and has to use every plate in the gym.
Oh my God.
Well, this listener said, there's a guy at my gym who treats dumbbells and plates like they're limited edition collectibles. One day he had the 20s, 25s, 30s, 35s, 40s, 45s all stacked around his bench and around the leg press machine. Not because he was using them all at the same time, but because he didn't want anybody else taking them. He was worried about, I guess, that they're going to run out of weights. Like, there's no more. There's a weight shortage. What do I do? I watched him do a set with the 25s and then sit on his phone for 5 minutes, then do another set.
What?
Meanwhile, 3 different people came looking for weights, and they walked away empty-handed. Pissed off, mind you. At one point, somebody politely asked if he was using the 35s, and he looked down at them and said, yeah, I'll get to those later. Like, how long do you plan on spending at the gym? Holy crap. Later, it turned out to be about 25 minutes, this gym listener said. And I don't know if the person returned all those weights to their rightful owners or to the, back to the racks and stuff like that. But man, have anybody out there ever witnessed something like that where you had somebody that took all the freaking weights? And when you went up to ask them about it, they just kind of grunted and groaned at you like, I'm using those. Like, you are using all of them. Wow, you must be the strongest person in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that with weights, but I have seen that where people will tag all of their equipment, like their equipment they want to use. Like if it's a treadmill, an elliptical, a bike, they'll just tag it. I don't like with towels. And then if you try to use it, it's like, that's mine. Well, when are you using it? Like there's 15. Like, why can't I use this one? But yeah.
See, I'm that guy that will walk up. I see a towel on it, and if somebody hasn't used it, and I washed it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll just be like, done. And when they come back, and I've had this happen before, they've come back and be like, hey, I was using that. I'm like, no, you weren't. You were just gone for the last 15 minutes. Well, I was going to use it when I got back. Yeah, that's not how it works. Like you can't use your library card here and check out the bench. It's not a possibility. They don't give that. You don't have like a dumbbell card which tells you can take all the dumbbells. I will tell you, there's a guy in my gym, and funny enough, he's an older gentleman. But when he does the like laying down leg press or like it's like a hack squat machine, he takes every 45 out of the plate. He literally, I think like there's 2 racks on top that can each hold at least 8 or 9 plates each, and then there's a lower lower bar where you can put another 8 to 9 on there, and he stacks up every 45 known to man. The worst part is he gets it off the rack somehow without his legs breaking in half or like his legs just flipping backwards over his head, and he goes down about this far, that far. He gets it off the rack and then goes down, and I'm like, what? Okay, you need all the weights in the place. And the worst part is I've seen people go over to him and go, hey, are you using all the plates? Do you need all those plates? Because sometimes he'll just like stack them up on the side of it as he's putting them on. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to use those. And you see people just walk away looking at like,
oh man,
like, why would you use every plate?
Yeah, there's people definitely have some need to create their own little areas. But I truly wonder about this dude, because maybe he needs some extra therapy. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting how territorial people get
Yeah.
over things that aren't theirs, right?
Yes.
It's like you don't own it. You don't have any claim to it. Like, why are you so like I'll always let people work. Like, be like, hey, do you want to work in with me? If I'm still doing a set, or I'm still going to use weights and I know I'm going to be a little bit, and then I'll be like, why don't you go do a set? But like, I don't understand the whole like, no, these are all mine. Like they're going to disappear. I mean, I want to see the person that piles 18 45-pound plates in their hands and just kind of walks out with them like, these are mine. I'm going to put them in my car. Like, what in the heck? Like, what goes through your mind to say like, these are mine?
Right. I don't know. I'm curious about that now. And if there's any therapists or counselors listening, throw in the chat, like, what could be going on? What kind of a theory do you have for these?
Well, they're reverting to a childlike state where they were in the sandbox, and little Timmy tried to take their their little blocks, and they said, no, those are my blocks.
Yes.
And they just never got out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine.
That's what you imagine. Yeah. I don't know. That's nuts. But yeah, there's all kinds of peoples, right? All kinds of kinds.
And to your point, Jennifer, yes, people are selfish. That's the moral of the story right there. That's probably what a therapist would say. They'd be like, you're selfish.
Yeah.
Now give me $300.
Yeah. 500.
Right.
So I have a question, because a listener threw a little story in. It's pretty short, but again, when I do actually get to the gym, we'll have a celebration, but I haven't been. Do we still have water fountains? Like, I remember there were water fountains, but they were starting to replace them all with the like refill, where you could put your bottle up to, I don't know what it's called. Like,
the refill station or whatever.
Yeah. But this one's about Sipzilla.
Sipzilla.
So there's a grown man who puts their entire mouth on the water fountain nozzle. Not near it, not above it, on it. Like, they said, like, it looks like they're trying to inhale the plumbing system.
They're making out with the water fountain. Ooh, I love you. Wee wee.
And one person that was kind of near this person said, well, that fountain belongs to him now. I mean, water fountains in general, I mean, I remember them from elementary school. It always just seems so gross because everyone's mouths are getting close to that peak.
Right.
And if you're just coming on, we're talking about water fountains, okay? It's not half your topic. But I mean, do they still have water fountains, or have they kind of gotten away with that and now they have just the refill stations?
So my gym, they have the water fountains. But they also have the refill stations.
Yeah.
And I use the refill station because again, people making out with the with the nozzle and stuff like that, not good. But the other part of it is too, the refill stations actually have a filter in it, so they filter the water.
Yes.
Well, and hopefully they change that filter, but at least there's nobody like climbing up, doing a Spider-Man on the wall to put their head underneath it just to get water. But yeah, the water fountains still exist. I haven't seen anybody make out with one before, but just the thought of like, most of the time, if you see water fountains these days, they're not like back in the old days where you'd press the button and then the water would go like all the way up here and you'd be like, I can get it. Now it's like they go up that far. So you're literally like a dog trying to like get the
lap it up.
Yeah. And I'm just like, no, not doing that. I've seen people try with the water fountain like that, try and fill up their water bottle. And they're just like, they're sitting under like this, just trying to catch it. And then they're like, trying to get it in there. I'm like, is it really worth that effort?
Like, just get a spoon and spoon it in.
Right? Yeah. Hey, I'd like some rusty water. Let me work hard to get it in my bottle.
Yeah. I mean, that makes me think lots of things about this Sipzilla person. Like, how do they get their water at home? Like, do they put their mouth right up to the faucet? If they have a water dispenser in their fridge, is their like head in the fridge? I don't know.
Yeah. Just pouring that, get a couple ice cubes.
Say something if I saw somebody with their mouth directly on a water fountain. I'd be like, that's gross.
I can see that.
Yeah,
yep, I can totally see that.
I would totally say something.
That's good, as you should.
As I should.
Right, as you
Cleanliness,
should.
Zipzilla. Cleanliness.
Yeah, stop making out with the damn water fountain.
I mean, there's lots of people. Lots of people. Oh, yeah.
Takes all kinds, right?
Takes all kinds.
Takes all kinds.
Yeah. What else we got? We got lots of submissions. It's been awesome.
Talk about one of my favorites. One of my favorite pet peeves in the gym.
My favorite pet peeves. Love it.
Yes, farts. Farts. Just people that are just dropping ass, don't care, just walking across the gym, and you got to figure out who is that. Like, I mean, it's easier when you're on a treadmill and you're next to a couple people and you're like, wow. I mean, like, one, high five, but two, like, really? But this listener wrote in actually about flirts and farts. I thought it was an interesting title. And I'm like, I've got to read this. I got to figure out what it is. So a guy spent 3 weeks building up the courage to flirt with a woman near the dumbbell rack. Like, you could see him getting closer each time. You could see him working out around, doing a little eye contact. And when she was watching, kind of like you said, people start working out harder when people are watching. He was kind of doing that. So finally he walked over to the woman, and he flexed slightly, he probably was clenching his arms and, just hoping he didn't cramp up to look like a fool. But he walked over, smiled confidently, and then bent down to pick up a weight because he was going to work out apparently next to her. And unfortunately, the body also picked that exact moment to betray him violently.
Oh, no.
Yes, not a little squeak, not a little cough, but a full trumpet solo.
Oh, yeah.
And he immediately, from what this listener said, immediately pretended to get an urgent phone call and just left straight out the building.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's I mean, what do you say at that moment? Is there a clever one-liner you can use, like a pickup line to be like, "Hey, honey, you smell that?" Hey, are you about to pass out? Because I'll catch you.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey, I know I just passed gas, but if you pass out, baby, I got you. Like, I don't know.
Wow.
But it is one of my favorite pet peeves in the gym because I don't understand. Like, farting in a public place, yes, can it be funny, whatever the case might be. But, like, when you're in an enclosed space, in a gym where they tell you, inhale, exhale as you're working out, I don't want to inhale some. If I don't want to drink out of the water fountain you just made out with, I don't want to eat your shit as I'm working out.
No, that's just, no.
Like, they should have something like they have in pools where the pool turns blue or green or whatever if somebody pees. They should have something in the air when somebody farts that it turns like neon green or pink so you can identify who it was and then go chastise that person.
That? Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
There'd be a tapestry of color. It'd be like,
oh, I love it. It'd be like yeah. Hey, look at the rainbow, right? Is this a gender reveal? No, it's a shit-a-thon. Yay, let's go, right?
Oh, my God.
I would love. Maybe we should invent that. Maybe somebody out there, if you got a chance, you got an Etsy store, whatever the case might be, invent fart determining color poofs. So you can know who farts, and you can use them at stores, you can use them at home, you can use them anywhere you want in public, and see the color rainbow of people's farts.
I want a product name now.
I know, right? If anybody can think of a product name, we'll when we invent this, we'll give you props on every label.
Yes, we will.
Named by so and so.
So not to go off of farts, but we're gonna go off of that for a second.
To go off and fart, or to go off of
go off and fart. No.
Okay.
I know the last time we did an episode on gyms, I talked about the old ladies fighting about cobblers and pies. But this listener sent in a story. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you've ever had this in the men's locker room, but they say that somebody at their gym kept leaving mysterious and wet footprints from the showers all the way to the lockers. But it wasn't flip-flop prints. It was like barefoot, huge footprints every single morning. Like lots of water footprints. And one of the gym members had coined the term, it's the swamp creature. The swamp creature is here. But then one day they saw this mystery man, completely shirtless, completely no clothes, drying his entire body with paper towels from the sink dispenser. What?
Wow.
Okay.
Apparently nobody told them that they invented this thing called towels.
There's like piles of them. I want to feel like this swamp creature is also who mouths the drinking fountain. I'm going to put them together.
Right? Match made in hell. There you go.
Yep.
Put them both together.
So that was kind of funny. Little ditty there.
Wow.
Anybody that's out there listening, thank you so much for being on. Please feel free to share your stories. We'll get to the chat here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, if you got stories, we will read them at the end. So if you want to throw them in there, if you want us to embellish them, put in there, we can be pretty light on our feet.
Yeah.
Pretty quick-witted here. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that for you. But throw it in the channel. We've got a lot of stories from listeners that have put in stuff like this one for you all, which I like to call the Sauna Survivor.
Sauna Survivor. Okay.
Yes. And I'd love to see in the chat how many of you have actually used a sauna before. Do you like it? Do you think it's gross? What are your thoughts? You may rethink it after this story. So this listener wrote in a story about, and they called it Steam Daddy Steve. Yeah, Steam Daddy Steve, which sounds about right for the Sauna Survivor. But what they said is a man entered the sauna carrying 3 things. 1, a full newspaper to apparently read in the dark in a sauna. 2, hard-boiled eggs. Yes, you heard that right. Hard-boiled eggs.
No.
Not peeled, though. Hard-boiled eggs. Yes.
What?
Yep. And 3, the towel the size of a bed sheet. So as opposed to your, to the last listener who had, paper towel Tommy there, we've got Steam Daddy Steve, who's got the world's largest beach towel.
Oh my
then
God.
he proceeded to have a loud FaceTime conversation, yes, in the sauna, while he was actually peeling the eggs in the steam room and dropping the shells on the bench next to him. Yeah.
What?
I know, right? Well, the smell, this person said the smell became so horrifying that 3 people silently evacuated the area like it was a chemical spill. And I'm not sure why. It sounds like other people stayed. But Steve remained seated like a king in a swamp castle, eating his eggs, talking on FaceTime, and eventually reading the newspaper.
Oh my God. The smell. I can't. I'm just even imagining the smell.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, anybody want to put some eucalyptus on the rocks in the sauna today? No. We'll just count on Steve to put his eggshells. All right, great. And all of a sudden the thing smells like a sulfur disaster and just gross.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Has anybody out there ever seen anybody eat anything in the sauna?
I've never seen anybody eat anything in the sauna.
I have once.
What'd they eat?
McDonald's.
I'm sorry, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like
they had cheeseburger, they had a fries, and the worst part is on the bench, like they had it must have been a medium or a large fry. They put the fry, not even standing up, but they tilted it over. They didn't pour the fries out, but they had it on the side.
like, ew.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there thinking, how do you like those ass fries? Does the ass on the bench add some extra seasoning in with the moisture, or? But yeah, they were eating a full meal, 2 cheeseburgers, I remember, and either a medium or large fry.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
What is wrong with people?
I have no idea. That's if I had to pick an environment to eat in, it probably would not be a sauna.
No.
I'd probably be more apt to eat on the shitter than I would in the sauna.
Well, at least that's enclosed and you're by yourself, regardless of what you're doing. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know what comes out of people's butts either. But yeah, wow, yeah.
Whole nother podcast again. One Jennifer said, or Michael said, one was eating an apple.
Well,
okay. Well, I mean, it's still gross.
Yeah.
At least you're eating healthy.
Yeah. Keeping keeping the doctor away. But a lot of these stories are coming off of selfishness or just complete unawareness of society that's going on around and any kind of social norms, which entirely scares me for the future of the world.
Humanity,
yeah. But wow, I just can't get over the eggs in the sauna.
Right. Just disgusting.
We had another story though, and this doesn't surprise me, but like if I was working a front desk in a gym, I feel like this would happen more often than not. But so this listener wrote in about an emperor that decided they were in charge of
Hey. I manage this place. This is mine. All of this land.
Ethan the Emperor. So this listener talked about watching this one guy basically like march to the front desk, furious because there were too many people working out.
Too many people trying to get healthy. What the hell is going on here?
And the front desk person was like, this is a gym. They're supposed to be. But then in turn demanded different music to be playing, colder water, brighter lights, softer towels, and that people needed to grunt less.
Okay.
What? I mean, who are you? And then back to like the beginning of this episode, he asked if the front desk could hold the leg press machine for him while he went tanning. Entitled Much? What?
Wow. Well, hopefully they move that leg press machine into the actual place where he was going tanning. So maybe he can do two things at once. He could lay face down on the tanning bed and just do his little curls or whatever the case is. And, 2 in 1. I'd be like, Johnny, get in the room.
Oh my
we got you covered. Wow.
Yeah.
The entitlement of some people,
It's wild. It is wild.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Doc J, should we leave this last couple minutes to anybody out there who has a gym story? Tell us the basics of it. Let's talk about it. Tell us something fun, gross, whatever you've seen, whether it's in the gym, out walking, maybe you're just doing a workout by the trees and stretching or something, or you're doing yoga on the lawn or goat yoga. If you just managed to be at a farm, you found a goat and you're like, hey, we're going to do some goat yoga here. Both are gross, Jennifer. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a story about something they've seen in the gym?
Yeah, go ahead. Put that in the chat. If you're watching a recording of this, we still read your comments, so put them in the comments. We love to read it, and we thank you if you're watching a recording of this too.
I'm going to tell you a comical thing that I have from the gym this morning. I don't know if it's necessarily comical, sad, or just plain annoying. So I went into the gym, with the intent to use a treadmill. I was going to go on and do some, because I've got to do some work in between my rehab sessions. And I went in, got on one treadmill, and it was making the weirdest noise as it went through. And I'm like, I know I've lost weight, so I know it can't be me. Or maybe it's the treadmill is just saying, I don't like you, Nick, in a different language. But so then I switched over to another treadmill. That treadmill started making a loud knocking sound as I walked. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, what is this a trend? Now this is the one right next to it. So I went on a third treadmill, went to the other side, went 2 over, got on that treadmill.
Okay.
And that belt was skipping. Like I was walking and it was literally like walk, walk, walk. Oh, the walk, walk, walk. Oh, like I think people thought I had something wrong with me because I was just walking. And I was like, so I managed to get on a 4th treadmill. That one finally worked. And then there was a gentleman in there that fixes all the equipment in there. He came over to me. He goes, hey, yeah, sorry about those treadmills. I should have put a sign on those. I'm like, yeah, that'd have been nice to know that all 3 of them are broken. I'm like, and another thing, like, why are all 3 of these broken? He's like, well, you found a good one, but I kind of need you to get off because I have to change the belt and the pad that goes around. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I just found a treadmill that works. One that's not screaming or wheezing at me, one that's not knocking like it wants me to get off, or there's a monster going to crawl out, and one that doesn't make me look like I'm just doing skip to my loo. And he kicks me off.
What?
Yeah. So needless to say, I found another treadmill, managed to finish up my workout, get it done, but still, broken equipment.
Yeah.
Fix the shit.
Yeah.
You get enough money from people that don't go to the gym.
Right.
Right?
Right.
To be able to fix the treadmill. Fix the piece of equipment. Just get it done, right?
That is crazy.
I know. Pretty wild. So
It is.
Well, we are just about out of time, Doc J. Right?
We are. This was fun. Yeah. I just put in the chat, got comments, want to be a future guest, have a topic you think we should tackle, comment here or send us an email and put the email in there. So reach out to us. We want to hear from you.
Yes, please do. We get submissions every week.
Yeah.
Some of which we can read, some of which we turn over to the authorities. But for the most part, everything is pretty legit.
Yeah.
But send in those messages. If you want to send them to us personally, I think you all know us, so you can find us. But we do have the email in there, probably the best place to go so we can collect all of them. Please send us topics. Please send us messages. To that point, Doc J, what are we talking about next week?
Oh, goodness. What are we talking about?
What are we not talking about?
Okay, first of all, next week is episode 17.
Ooh.
17.
17.
It is Parenting 101, not for the weak or the weary.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds like a blast to me. And even if you're not a parent,
Mm-hmm.
you probably all know people that are parents. You've probably got nieces or nephews, whatever the case is. You can definitely join in.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely, you can. I mean, some of you are even parenting some of your coworkers at work.
There you go. Yes, that is a form of parenting.
Send us your stories. We'd love to share them on episode 17. And thank you all for joining and watching tonight.
Appreciate y'all.
This is a little awkward.
It's extremely awkward.
So awkward.
Life doesn't come with a script, and that's what makes it interesting. Real life, real laughs, real awkward. This might get awkward, real awkward.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye, y'all. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.